Hey everyone, welcome to Zeitgeist Zealots. I'm Forrest.
I'm Major.
I'm Robbie.
Matt.
And today, Dave Filoni was. I've been asking for 5 episodes. I was like, "Let me see that throne, that throne,
The
throne." And Dave Filoni was like, "You got it, buddy." And we finally saw him in this episode of
think?
Ahsoka. Yeah,
Also,
well, we'll get to that. We'll get to that, but let's just ease into it because there was a lot to unpack in this episode.
Yeah, I guess let me introduce. We have a guest with us today. My newborn daughter,
Yay.
who is now, luckily, dude. Did she come in at the right time of Star Wars? If she was born during like Obi-Wan, I'm not sure she'd be a fan of Star Wars. But she came in at episode 3 or 4 of Ahsoka, like right episode 4, right when it started getting good.
I mean, don't you kind of wish that she was around for the boring Star Wars era because she could like be put to sleep just by watching Obi-Wan Kenobi? So,
I mean, you know, there's enough YouTube content, enough hurt buttholes out there about the sequel trilogy that you can find infinite hours of nerds droning on and on to put you to sleep about how the 9th Star Wars ruined their childhood.
Yeah, just play the second episode of Ahsoka next time she's awake or trying to get her to sleep, and then
I mean, that's like right next to golf on a level of TV chloroform.
That's like watching like televised fishing competitions. It's even worse than golf.
No, at least those are interesting. You hear those like they got some cheaters in those those fishing competitions.
They're like putting they're putting heroin in the bait.
No, they're stuffing the fish full of metal lead balls to make the fish weigh more. It's a controversy.
I thought they were pulling I thought they were pulling like a Hank Hill and like putting crack rocks on for bait.
No, but did you hear about that time the mayor of Tampa Bay discovered $1 million worth of cocaine in the ocean while she was out on a fishing expedition?
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Yeah, discovered
either one, that's the fakest story of all time, or 2, how much cocaine is just floating in the ocean that even our mayor found.
What does that look like?
$1 million. It looks like a bad idea. That's what it looks like.
Day trip.
It looks like Charlie Sheen.
Or basically like so all the sharks are
day trips. Yes, Matt.
All the sharks.
All right. Would you rather go to the World Between Worlds or go on a cocaine shark hunting mission with me? Forget cocaine bear. Let's go cocaine shark.
Oh, cocaine shark any day.
Maybe
that seems like a great sequel.
Maybe that's the secret plot to Jaws. It was just like that shark just like ate a giant bag of cocaine and just went crazy.
Guys, no, stop everything we're doing. This is the sequel. This is it right here. We've been pitching terrible ideas for a long time, but cocaine shark seems like a no-brainer, right? It starts, you've got some drug smuggling in the ocean. They lost like a kilo of cocaine, and then you see a shark and he bites into it, and then it's just Jaws on murder porn for like an hour and a half, and we sell that to the Sci-Fi Channel.
Nice, because they love Sharknado, so like just cocaine.
Right,
shark
that's what, dude. It could be it could be like a prequel origin story to Sharknado.
It's a shark and like a tornado of cocaine.
Oh
so,
my gosh!
Speaking of the World Between Worlds, to kind of loop in between 5 and 6 here, was she really in the World Between Worlds, or was she in a kind of equivalent to Luke's trial when he goes into the tree? You know, she goes into the water and faces her trial to confront Anakin, just like Luke confronts Darth Vader. So was she really in between the World Between Worlds, or was it some Jedi fugue?
Yeah, was it actually?
I've got some strong feelings about this. If you want me to go first, while you guys think about it, because Matt,
say a Jedi fugue
question.
Yeah, like a Jedi fugue.
A fugue state. Oh wow, that's deep.
So you have to remember when you do have with like Luke Skywalker on Dagobah with the tree, or Rey Skywalker with the evil Rey Skywalker, which although that was just shot purely to be a trailer teaser. Like these are pockets of Dark Force energy, and no one mentioned that. So I don't think that's the case. Now here's my problem. Like for the layman, And this show is not for the layman, right? If you didn't
Nope.
watch Rebels and you didn't watch Clone Wars, you can go fuck yourself, according to Dave
basically.
Filoni.
Yeah,
According to Dave Filoni, you can go die.
Dave for blow me, or like
Yeah,
it.
right. You can go Dave blow me if you haven't seen Rebels, basically. However, so I wouldn't put him past him to make this ethereal kind of semi world between worlds. Because, like, I want to say emphatically, like, don't do that to your audience. Don't make it some kind of parallel dimension to this trippy place that you only showed in a 3-episode arc to begin with, right? That's bad to the audience. However, I didn't see any portals in the world between worlds, and we've always seen these kind of portal door kind of shaped things, and we don't see any of it that time. So I wonder, and there's never been like force ghosts. Like, what is happening here?
Well,
Magic, dude. We're dealing with magic right now
With
as
a
well.
K, magic with a K.
Yeah.
I would have liked it to be like Mortis, right? When they, when it's like super trippy and you know what's happening, and like, God, what a great 3-episode arc that was.
This is from Clone Wars or Rebels?
From Clone Wars.
The world
when they
between
meet
worlds.
they meet the sister and the brother and the father, right? But that was like, dude, that was like the Force. That was like Ahsoka, Obi-Wan, and Anakin taking like Force mushrooms and tripping balls on a Force planet or a Force meteor for a couple of days. That was a wild story.
What episode? What season was this?
I'll look it up. Oh yeah,
4?
3 or 4.
Wow.
It's if you don't watch the Clone Wars, stop and watch this. It is trippy, it's wild, and it's so interesting. And it's probably going to play a lot of lore, if not in your lifetime, it will play a lore in your child's lifetime, because that is where they will go. That is where they will jump the shark time and time again. Is
Jump the cocaine shark. Let's stay on.
Oh my
thread.
God, that's branding, guys. Where is
The cocaine show.
Well, I'm calling a lawyer because after this episode,
Yep.
I know we're going to get contract deals. So
Shirts. We're getting shirts. Jump the cocaine shark.
Jump the cocaine shark.
So no,
This
I
film-
only bring this up because I was debating. Anakin isn't actually there because he just comes and he disappears. He's
Which
not
Anakin?
actually there.
Real Anakin or Force Anakin? And is Force Anakin different than real Anakin?
Yeah,
Because
the
we saw
Anakin that
from
appears to Ahsoka in supposedly the world between worlds, disappears. And we go back to the whole portal thing. So you looked into the portal and you could go to that time, whereas she simply drops into different timelines. So I just feel like this is more she wasn't actually in the world between worlds.
was she
And
just
it was a
drowning?
tease.
Yeah, maybe
Lot
she's
of
just
just-
drowning.
a lot
She was
of-
just drowning, and that was her trial. Was in
Now
her.
they heard lightsabers though,
Mhm.
right?
Well, that's
Remember
why I treat it equivalent to like Luke going into the tree in Dagobah, or Rey going into the cave, and none of it is actually happening, but it's happening type deal.
A lot of
It's
shit.
happening.
Anakin's
It's real
going
to
on.
me. It's whatever that meme is. It's real to me. Gosh damn it.
A lot of shit. Anakin's going on. Sorry, that's all I got. But yeah, it seemed. I guess we are going to.
Yo,
reference
how
the fifth
good did
episode.
Anakin look though? Anakin looked so good.
Horrible.
I'm finally buying this actor could actually be Darth Vader now because he's looking older.
All right, well, hold on. Let me, because Matt called me out instantly on that. Okay, how good is he looking relative to the last time we saw him in Obi-Wan?
So I will say this: one of the few times I've actually liked the costume design and the attention to detail, like with his haircut and what he's wearing when he's in different time periods.
Don't
which
talk about that
also makes me-
anniversary.
Yeah, it also
Yeah.
makes me wonder whether she's in the world between worlds, because his
Ooh.
armor changes, his hair changes, it
His
all
eyes
is representative.
His eyes
Yep.
change color. He gets synthesized
But-
for a second.
What I hated was the de-aging was atrocious. I would much rather have old Anakin and Obi-Wan than this Anakin, because it just looked off. It's that uncanny valley once again with the show. It's always with the faces.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
think.
Hard
That's
to
why they
get all
should
the
put
little
golden
details.
masks on all of their faces.
Yeah. Oh, Golden Mask. Okay, nice reference. Well, I guess we could talk about this most recent episode because I think we're on like episode 5, and we sort of dug into that last
Hey,
time.
I had a baby, dude. I cannot tell you. This has been the absolute joy of my entire effing existence. Has been the last 3 weeks or with this rascal. But I had to miss episode 4 and 5 of Ahsoka, and I'm watching episode 4, and it's maybe one of the best single hours of Star Wars, best 40 minutes of Star Wars I've seen in 2 or 3 years, and it broke my heart. Like I wasn't able to like talk to you guys about it, so I'm glad we're able to recash it a little bit.
Yeah, it was way better than episode. Well, episode 5 was like people only like the fan service section of the episode. But then the Space Whale episode, but to the layman, to me, I don't know what the Space Whales are. So I'm like, this is stupid. They're ripping off Star
They're called
Trek
Purgles.
Purgles.
And
they're ripping off Star Trek 4.
Did you know it's Pride Month in the hyperspace?
I guess so.
Thank you. What you guys think about that? Is Dave Filoni just saying?
Colors.
Yeah, is Dave Filoni just saying "fuck you, canon"? Like I'm gonna do it. We're gonna make this. We're gonna change it up now. Like that's not what hyperspace looks like.
So I really think
Purple's been around a long time.
Filoni is setting up the next movie. Is what he's doing with the show.
Yeah.
But I will say this: episode 5, a lot of fan service, which I loved. But I think I keep saying this to you guys about this show. I loved the story. I hate the presentation at times.
Yeah.
It just comes off flat, or like everything's very, especially when they're in the spaceship and it's supposed to be like cramped. You know, it's like I go back to Secret Invasion when they're running into the hospital and there's like 3 people in the scene.
Yeah.
I get that.
With the president.
Yeah, I get that sometimes with this show as well. But I will say this: my son watched episode 5 with me, and he was entranced by the Purgle. He is now a super Star Wars fan just because of flying space whales. So,
well, it takes all kinds, I guess. But yeah, I think I just, as someone who's not seen Rebels, I was just like, this is very strange. But I guess we can like go into episode 6 now, which the only scene that actually had Ahsoka, the title character, in it. So it's like she's talking with the robot dude, and he starts seeing the dialogue.
Oh, and they say that
in a galaxy far away. Far. So is this the guy who's telling us this story? At the end of the day,
that would be kind of a cool.
Isn't that fun? Like if he survives all of this at the very end, like he's the one telling the stories.
He knows it. He really knows everything, the whole story.
Well, that's when he finally makes to our universe, and he's telling George Lucas in 1976, and then George Lucas kills the robot and steals the idea for himself.
So I wonder if time dilation works. So therefore, by the time they get to Galaxy, everything's already happened. But because Yang is Yang, he knows about it.
I feel like he would probably be more helpful in the series if he knew new stuff. I like where your head's at. I just wonder because Disney, now that Disney owns Star Wars, they'll never let this die. So 500 years from now, maybe when there's an asteroid heading to Earth and we can't stop it for some reason, they'll release it. And at the very end, it's just this Jedi, and he's telling a story about a new hope in a galaxy far, far away. And like poetry, it rhymes. I think that'd be really beautiful. And then Earth explodes in fiery hell. And it's all Kathleen Kennedy's fault.
Seems that way. So that was the last scene with Ahsoka. And then we go to Sabine.
All right, let's talk about, can we talk about general? Like, so I cut out a little bit. Speaking of aesthetics of the show, was that correct?
You're breaking up.
You're breaking up. Sorry.
Matt was talking about the aesthetics of the show. Is that correct? Sorry, my headphones were going out. I had to switch them over.
Yeah, we're on episode 6 now.
The aesthetic, like the looks of the show.
The aesthetic. No, the aesthetic, the presentation. At times it's awesome. At times it looks rushed.
What did you think about the kintsugi? That's Japanese for golden joinery. What did you think about the gold plating with Thrawn's forces? Dude, I have never wanted to buy action figures or whatever they're supposed to be called, toys, whatever the adult term. No, dude, I want to buy toys. That looks so cool.
Yeah, so this brings up a good question too, and I think it was Ryan Airy that brought it up. Um, are we going to see that these guys are really just like Merrick and are being kept alive by the Dathmeri magic?
Zombies.
Like they're really zombies, and that's
That
what
would
the
be
red
so
symbolizes.
good. I love that so much.
Well,
But
they're called what? Night troopers.
however,
Yeah.
here's my one caveat to this, Matt, because I'm so in love with that theory right now. That would be so Star Wars cool. But the Enoch, the head guy with the golden faceplate, is played by one of my favorite people, one of your favorite people, fans, your boy Wes Chatham, right? AKA your boy from The Expanse, right? The beefcake. The
Oh,
girl, the girl
Mhm.
you're worried your girl, the guy you're worried he's gonna steal your girl from The Expanse. You don't hire that
whoa!
quality.
He stole Naomi from the other guy.
I'm not going to get into spoilers for a season that's never going to happen.
Yeah,
Damn. You know what? During this writer's strike, I've been wondering, like, what should I watch? I'm going to rewatch The Expanse. Oh my gosh! And then I'm going to listen to our podcast. I'm gonna watch The Expanse, and then I'm going to listen to our podcast about The Expanse episode. And I'm going to be like, man, these guys had some great points, or man, these guys were fucking stupid.
So I will say this episode is so all over the place with everything. I think the episode starts off strong but ends rather oddly, and we can get into that later with the plot.
Ezra
It has some of the best like designs I've seen all series, especially with those troopers. But then you see Thrawn.
The witches look so
The witches
cool.
are awesome.
Thrawn looks terrible. I hate
Thrawn looks
so
terrible. His like, oh, he doesn't look like the Thrawn. Like,
no. Oh my gosh. What did I text the group?
The forehead.
Let me look this up.
It's very obviously a wig he's wearing.
Yeah.
No,
but just the color blue.
Yeah,
the color blue.
The blue. Of course, dude, Matt. I felt so stupid. He got introduced, and my heart was instantly broken. And I felt so stupid. Like I was almost like stupid,
Yeah.
like talking to myself because, like, dude, they messed up. They messed up General Green Face. They've messed up every other Hera. They messed up every other costume this season, every other skin color, paint color. Why would this blue paint be any different? And I think it's maybe the trailers. They color toned the trailers, but
he looks like I said this a few podcasts ago. I said this. He looks like a blue Data.
Yes.
All right. Nothing against Data. Love him in Star Trek. I do not want to see a blue Data in Star Wars.
What about Fat Data in Star Trek Picard?
Yeah. How they have to explain that away, how he looks old and fat.
Yeah, he's supposed to be an android.
But he's an android, yeah.
Well, he adopted special things to like live the human life. So he's made modifications over time.
To make himself look
sounds
so
like
stupid.
lazy. Oh, all right, here you go. I call him Grand Admiral Weak Chin.
Yep.
Yeah, dude. Terrible. Dude, just awful. And I'm aware
but you see
that's the same actor, right?
Yeah. But
that's
you
the same
see
actor and the Rebels.
Yeah, you see
Where
these
is
troopers.
the cut
You see
in his
Enoch.
voice?
You see that scene where the Super Star Destroyer comes in, and you're in the bay, and you're seeing all the TIE fighters, and you're seeing all these troopers, and the Dathmeri witches. You're like, holy fucking shit balls! And then Thrawn comes out, and he looks like a baggy fat man. Like I don't even know.
Yeah, dude, he looked out of shape. He didn't look, not that I don't like. God, it feels weird. I hate 2023 because I'm like, oh, I don't like body shame someone, but like the guy was skinny in Rebels. He for 9 years went to exile and then gained 50 pounds. Like, all right, whatever. It just feels shitty in the same universe.
Spoiling himself
where Kumail Nanjiani got completely shredded for Eternals, and then they didn't even let him take his shirt off in the movie.
You saw his bare arms, though.
Well, dude, he actually went on record saying that like mentally like scarred him, like getting into that shape.
Oh no, dude! Because I've gotten in that shape. I don't recommend it for anyone. It is the worst thing I've ever. I'm still paying the consequences every single day. Like I don't recommend that for anyone.
So,
that's a shit life.
but getting back on track, like the visuals at time are beyond stunning. When we see the bandits who look like Bushido Japanese, style, like
Yeah.
awesome. But then it's the small things over and over again. It's like, did they divide this up in teams and this team just overperformed and this team was like, whatever, we'll phone it in.
I mean, yeah, that's how Disney Marvel does it. So I'd imagine Disney Star Wars is the same way, but what they'll do is they'll give out different parts of the CGI, the visual effects, to different teams. And that's why you'll get such mixed VFX juxtaposed to each other in the same content or movie.
But it's frustrating because the costume design, spot fucking on.
Looks so
The makeup,
good.
the
Looks
makeup,
so good.
atrocious.
Well, what about the sisters? The sisters.
The sisters were good. I like the sisters.
Yeah,
The sifters.
I'm not calling Thrawn's makeup because that's like body skin. Like I feel like makeup's like when you paint your entire body a color, that's not makeup anymore.
Yeah.
Cosplay.
Yeah, it looks like cosplay. Like I see better stuff at the cons here than I do.
Speaking of side note, speaking of Congress cosplay. Did you see that in the Senate? They just got rid of the dress code.
Yep.
The formal dress code. For allegedly for a certain senator, whatever. I don't give a shit. Everyone's like boo-hooing. I saw a great tweet. Then it was like, I don't care what Fetterman wears or what Lauren Boebert does in the theater. And it's like, yeah, dude, shut up. And no one cares. But what I can't wait for is the cosplay from Congress that's going to come out of this. Like, dude, these senators are going to be dressed up as farmers. These guys are going to be dressed up as aliens. Dude, I cannot wait when a congressman dresses up as an alien to prove his point. Yeah, dude, the congressman from Nevada, and it pans over, and it's a guy in full alien cosplay because there's no dress code anymore. Like,
well,
dude,
there was some senator who
we're
said,
going to have a galactic senate, dude. We are 6 months away from a galactic senate.
Senator Fata.
Well, there was one senator that said she was going to wear a bikini to protest. And it's like,
yeah, and she
really?
was 75. She was no one wanted that.
One Piece, hopefully.
Either. No,
it's a nice segue. Major, that's a nice segue for One Piece.
Yeah, dude. So we watched my wife and I watched the trailer for One Piece, and it looks surprisingly good. Like she was interested, and I was, dude. I would have bet the family farm that my wife did not want to watch One Piece. And at the end of that trailer, she was like, "No, I'll watch it with you." And I was like, "Son of a bitch."
I still need to watch the last. I need to watch the last 4 episodes.
How is
I
it?
just finished
a couple
of what, live action or the anime?
Live action. No one cares about the anime.
Yeah, it's similar to Cowboy Bebop.
Hold
it's
on.
like silly.
Oh, sorry, Forrest. Everyone right now is furiously looking up how to yell at us on Twitter or X. You can find us on X at ZZealot Podcast. So go ahead and direct all of your hate there. All right, go ahead, Forrest.
So it's silly like Cowboy Bebop, but it's supposed to be silly, where Cowboy Bebop wasn't, and that's I think what they're doing right is they're getting the blessing from the creator of the manga, and also adapting the manga in order, while also trying to tell a singular story through 8 episodes, it seems. But I don't know. I need to finish watching it before I can complete my opinion. I just finished the Barati, or the 4th story arc, which I think is going to be adapted in episodes 5 and 6. So I guess I can watch those next, where they get the chef. So yeah. But yeah, we can go back to Ahsoka. I was just trying to be funny with that One Piece.
No, I love it.
So hopefully that's
listeners. If you guys want us to actually cover One Piece, tweeted us or X us. Oh gosh, God, I'm getting so old. Tweeted us, Ziza Podcast. If you want us, we'll review One Piece. Just let us know. Ahsoka. So we were talking about
Thrawn and how much we loved him.
Yes.
No.
how Grand Admiral.
We were enthralled with him.
So basically, what I'm saying is the
good.
presentation of, you see the Super Star Destroyer and you're like, holy shit, it's about ready to go down. And then
it just
he comes out
on that.
And it builds and then he comes out and it's just like womp womp.
And he's
I don't know
so
how else to describe
yeah,
it.
the dialogue is
It's
so
just like all
sinister. It's
finished.
just poorly delivered. He's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
Sabine Wren. Oh, that's a familiar name." And it's
She
like,
reeks of Jedi.
why didn't
I
they
just said
smell
it
Balin?
referred to her as it.
Yeah, which might just be a non-binary play. They might have just been very respectful as witches
I think
in charge of
they
faith.
just hate the Jedi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, there's.
She reeks of
It's like-
Jedi. I was like, Thrawn was like, I actually just had Taco Bell.
Oh, I just farted. That's awkward.
Yeah, that's not Jedi. You
Yeah.
smell.
I eat Jedi and I.
That's
shoot-
Grand Admiral
shoot the
fart right
Force.
there. All right, so
What
Grand
else
Admiral-
happens? All right, so like.
So I will say too, one of the things I really appreciated was the comment. They hint somewhere the Purgle only come to this galaxy and this part of the galaxy to die,
That's so cool. I love that.
and that's
the
setting up.
rings around the planet where
Yep.
Oh,
yeah, the bones. And
graveyard.
yeah, and it's like once again visuals awesome and stunning.
Yes,
the story
yes, yes.
awesome and stunning, and it's obviously alluding to something that I'm not picking up on yet. But it's just like
Oh, let's dive into that.
ah,
What is it alluding to? What is Balin and OnlyFans Kenobi?
yeah, what is he
So-
protecting?
so this is
Yushan Vong.
this is why I think that the troopers with the red wrapped around them are actually like zombified troopers like Merrick.
Okay.
People only
So-
come out to die because how much supplies do you have and how many years have you been out
To
there?
go
Obviously, like
through
30
all
years
of
at this
According
point.
to that gut line from Thrawn,
Yeah.
they've got enough supplies. But
Well,
okay, I'm
maybe
just-
he's been eating his troopers.
Oh, wait a second. No, Matt, you might be onto something because at the very end of the episode, Thrawn comes to the witches and says, "I will need your help again."
Yep.
What was
And
that
they're loading
what was that
coffins.
initial help? Was that
was
initial
it
help
to call
resurrecting the soldiers?
Yeah, that's and they're loading coffins. It looks like little coffins floating by, and we saw these in the previous
Oh
episode
and a
God.
in the
resurrect
Clone
them?
Wars when they're floating by on the stretchers. Same thing. So
Yeah. I would not be surprised. I'm sure like when they take the helmets off, it's going to be they'll be all zombified.
the kids love zombies nowadays. Let's make a storyline about zombies.
Zombies got out of fashion 15 years ago. Let's go ahead and bring it.
Zombies
Let's
into
do a
Star
zombie thing
Wars.
now.
and then they cast Norman Reedus as
Yeah.
Oh, how
Oh
mad?
my god!
Han
if they
Dixon.
threw him in there somehow, that'd be...
Dude, what
That'd
if
be
you're
kinda
greatest crossover ever.
if you're Zack Snyder and they had zombies in Star Wars? How mad are you right now? You're like,
Yeah.
I do zombies. I was gonna do Star Wars. Are you fucking kidding me?
Well, he's
Oh,
basically
man.
doing Star Wars with that
Rebel Moon. That looks
I still
so
haven't
so good.
So basically to get back to this episode though, I said earlier how it's all over the place, and the second half of it is so like frustrating because they're like, oh, let her go, whatever. Give her a howler, this cool wolf thing, because Filoni's obsessed with wolves.
Yeah,
And
I
then
like
she
the
finds-
honor. I like
Yeah,
the honor. They made a deal.
But she leaves the temple
Yeah.
and she finds Ezra in like 2 hours of like going around. She gets attacked
How
once.
did he
and then-
survive that
but then-
long?
Yeah, exactly.
The
Were they
next-
not looking
He's
for him the whole
literally-
time?
He's
Yeah,
literally
with
a
the-
mile away from the mountain.
Yeah.
The
So were they
little
not looking for him?
rock people.
But then also they let the other, Jedi go after her to kill Ezra and her, which I don't understand why we haven't killed Ezra yet.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, whatever, screw them. We'll just leave him here. And it's like, what is going on?
No, so I
Like, this is just such lazy story writing.
I severely
not
bitched
like
my
they'll,
wife.
they'll come back to haunt us somehow.
Right. Yeah. It never, I'm sure it won't ever come back to haunt them. But no, I
But
bet
it's like-
episode 5, like, no, none of this makes sense. Ezra should not be alive, right? Thrawn was trying to kill Ezra, and then they got rushed away by the Purgles, and he saves Lothal at the end of Rebels.
But he would
That's-
still be on the ship.
Yeah, exactly. But Thrawn could still go ahead and kill the fucker for 9 years. He could. Like,
Yeah.
Ezra should not be alive. This is terrible story writing. But this is terrible story writing that we are now have
Oh.
become used to.
But he hit.
But did you notice though, really quick, Major, if you look closely when they first introduced the Super Star Destroyer,
Ezra's not white.
no, I'm
Oh.
blanking on the name for some stupid reason. But you see the damage that the Purgle did actually in
Yeah.
Rebels hasn't
my-
been repaired. There's
Well,
like a
it-
huge chunk just taken out. that's still there.
I thought it
And
was repaired with gold.
They
those
just
gold
replaced it
plates.
with gold.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those gold plates. Dude, it looks so good. Like, if you wanted to trick me in as a consumer into buying like more Star Wars products,
Just turn it
the
into
same
gold.
Star Wars products, yeah, dude, just make one out of every 10 Lego pieces gold, dude. Sold.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker, dude. I really enjoyed. What was this term called again? Kintsugi. That looked so good. And yeah, dude, if I pop that stormtrooper head off and it's just and then like the toy just falls apart because there's nothing inside, I'll be so happy. I think that's great. I really hope that's what they do. Knowing Disney Star Wars, that's 100% not what they're doing, right? And I'm gonna be crushed and heartbroken when I see blood. But that's a really cool fan theory. I like that a lot. I like that almost as much as this episode.
Oh, hey, do you remember that? Do you remember that one soldier they killed that just kind of burst into smoke?
Yeah, Merrick.
Maybe that was like a test run for a revive thing.
Merrick, yeah.
So Merrick, that's what I'm saying.
So why, yeah. Well, let me ask you this: why repair the armor if it doesn't matter? Or maybe the
armor
does
never
matter.
Well, so
Shut
like,
up, man. Okay, obviously.
well, I guess if you know you're going against zombie troopers, then like, and they have holes in their armory, and you can see like, oh wow, his body's pretty rotten. You're gonna be like, this is weird.
Right,
it's all about the element of surprise, I guess. I don't know. I'm trying to justify it somehow.
Yeah, no, I like like there's it's things in between. Like for instance, like when you look at that planet, it's barren. Like, I'm sorry. Like, we all know enough now about like food supply in this country. Thanks to Bill Gates buying up all the farms. I'm kidding. But there's no food. Like, we saw Sabine traverse the land far and wide, enough to find Ezra Miller
I hope
there he goes again.
for his Ezra Bridger. Dude, there's no vegetation, and like the only thing to eat were like
the crabs.
Marauders, those crab people, the Noti, adorable. I love it. What do you think about those? What do you think about those helpful snail creatures? Or are they?
How do they close around their shell?
I think you can take the shell off. I think they're like backpacks or whatever.
They're like hermit crabs or something.
Gotta be.
They just leave their shell and.
Yeah.
Are they the Ewoks of 2023? Are the Ewoks?
Yeah, we're gonna see a hermit crab. We're gonna see a hermit crab person in a glider dropping.
They're gonna jump on the Super Star Destroyer and bring it down.
Dude, so how dumb is this? So we know what's gonna happen next. They're gonna be done loading up the Star Destroyer, and they're gonna leave, and then Sabine and Ezra are gonna be like, "Oh no, how do we get back? We can't get back because our ship left." And then Balin and OnlyFans Kenobi will find what they're looking for, and then I guess they'll all team up together and either ride that creature back or ride Hera's ship back.
We all know how Disney loves recycling the same ideas over and over again. Like this plot
it's like poetry; it rhymes. That's a George Lucas.
My theory is that Ezra's going to have a dance off with Thrawn.
A dance off,
like
a dance off with
Galaxy.
Thrawn.
So what if I were to say they go after Ezra, they find Ezra, right? Ahsoka shows up, they can't get back because the protocol won't take them back, but they somehow, Ezra knows how to get into the world between worlds on this planet and just has decided to stay here in exile. And they find a portal in the world between worlds and travel back to the galaxy that way.
Well, so
probably.
If you recall, I had to be reminded this, I think, by Ryan Arias or someone. But that ship, the main star cruiser that Thrawn has the ancient temple from Lothal on it to access the world between worlds. So maybe on this Purgil planet, they find the world between worlds and they access that and they sneak onto the ship that way. That'd be fun.
That too.
There's so many fun things they could do that you just know they effing won't.
I still think dance off.
It'll be lame. Dance off.
That would almost be better than, I'll tell you right now, with dance off.
What music would they play?
Before he was Grand Admiral Thrawn, he was Dance Master Thrawn. I don't know.
No, they would play
they-
that Japanese.
They play the
techno.
J-pop.
They play that J-pop.
Yeah, the K-pop,
and
yeah.
piss
J-pop, the
everyone
J-pop.
off. What they need to bring back is that prequel.
Oh no,
It
no.
is-
So
it is J-pop.
they would
it's
play.
Jedi pop.
They would play that song from Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift when they first come in to see the cars racing. You know, the one that goes like do 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 do.
No, they would
Come
play
on.
the song. They would play the song from the special edition of Return of the Jedi from Jabba's palace. Remember
Yeah,
those
that's
really
what I
bad
was thinking.
CGI
The
singers? Yeah.
screaming voice, the throat screaming.
Yeah, so there's the special edition singers from
Yeah.
Return of the Jedi. They will dance off to that song, and then
God.
Star Wars will be dead, as it should be. No, I'm kidding.
I was going to ask you what I was going to say that, and then you made the joke, guys. Should we just kill Star Wars after the? Should we wrap this up, or do we want to give them infinite chances to redeem our childhoods?
Well, it doesn't matter if we want it or not. We're gonna get Heirs to the Empire.
Oh.
We're gonna get
Definitely.
We're gonna get the new Rey movie that nobody wants, except Kathleen Kennedy.
Trilogy.
And,
It's a trilogy.
hopefully we'll get Ryan Johnson's trilogy. Hopefully, I don't think Taika Waititi's movie's coming out. So I don't know. I mean, I think Andor season 2. I'm definitely looking forward to. Mandalorian. I could care less at this point.
More Mandalorian, more Andor, more Rogue One. Stories that take place in the universe at this time that aren't involved with the main characters.
I'm pretty sick of Mandalorian. John Favreau can't write to save his life at this point. But I don't know.
Hey! Those awesome speed bike kids that saved everybody at the end by doing kick flips and behind the back shooting.
That was Boba Fett. That wasn't Mandalorian. Although the Mandalorian episodes in that show were great.
Wow. That's how shows you how bad Boba Fett was. Where I really thought it was Mandalorian. Yep.
Wow. What else? Did we cover everything?
So basically, at the end, Sabine finds Ezra and doesn't tell him at all about anything that's really happened. She's like, "Yeah, we won. It's cool." And I thought that was beyond hilarious.
Well, Thrawn knows Ahsoka's coming, and he said he needs to study up on her, I guess. And he said, like, just kill anything that comes out of the warp gate or whatever, the Stargate, even if it's James Spader. So I think I don't know. Do you think Ahsoka and Thrawn will meet each other next episode, or that
No, they'll tease it. They'll tease it.
I think
it's gonna
Thrawn's
be
dipping.
2 more episodes.
Yeah, Thrawn's dipping out.
They need to do more to make us they need to show Thrawn as being more than just another Imperial officer, because it's all just been show not or tell not show.
Which is the number one rule of writing is to tell not show.
Yeah. I will say this. Go back with our podcast to week 1 or 2.
Mm-hmm.
What did I say? We wouldn't see Thrawn until episode 6.
Yeah, so
nailed it.
Nailed it.
I'm glad.
So
call it here.
That's a point right there. So yeah. I'm saying right now,
that's enough of a reason to subscribe to the podcast. We'll give us a 5-star.
We will not see them come together. They'll hint, and they'll be kind of together, kind of close, and then it'll kind of cut at this scene where either they're getting ready to meet each other, or it's about ready to happen. But we'll wait till the next episode.
Yeah, stay tuned for this exciting episode of Dragon Ball Ahsoka. So, I think I really liked the music that was playing when Thrawn was being introduced. It was this weird sort of techno bagpipe music. Sort of reminded me the latest Dune movie.
I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't stand out negatively.
Apparently, bagpipes have survived 10,000 years in the future.
That's maybe the dumbest thing in Dune.
I will say this.
Yep.
What's her name's ship looks exactly like the ship from Dune, from 1980s Dune, which is the best Dune because of how bad it is.
Yes,
and I thought that was an awesome reference. But I will say this: the score, the sound quality, all the noises, everything has just been so spot on. I've loved it. How everything makes the same sounds as the cartoons. Mm-hmm. How everything makes a reference back to something
the
awesome. And this is once again, it sucks because I love the story, hate the presentation, but there's areas where they nail it, and then areas where it's just like so bad.
So bad.
I also thought it was funny that all the stormtroopers are filthy, but Thrawn doesn't have a single stain on his white uniform.
No, he does. He does.
Oh, he does.
Yeah.
If you look closely,
It's
he has
tattered.
several. It looks like it's tattered in spots, and there's like
Oh.
a little bit of gunk every now and there. Oh yeah.
This entire series is just a giant commercial for Clorox, I think.
I wish we'd
That's-
bleach the universe, clean it up, try again.
Yeah.
Episode 1. No, I'm just kidding. If you guys, let's do that real fast before we wrap up. If you guys had to reset the Star Wars universe, which movie would you restart it at?
What do you
New
mean,
Hope.
like-
You restart at New Hope? You just restart the whole thing over again?
Yep. Just start it at New Hope, and we'll pretend the prequels and sequels don't exist, and we'll give it another try with the prequels and sequels.
Well, the prequels gave us 2 or 3 great animated series, though.
I will also say that I would totally go with George Lucas's first idea, and instead of Ewoks, have them be Wookiees.
Yes.
Yeah, that would
They
make
were
way more
supposed to
sense.
be Wookiees, but
Yeah.
they didn't have the budget for it,
I was gonna
so
say,
they became
yeah.
Ewoks.
They became short Wookiees.
Yep.
Yeah.
Little Wookiees. Yeah.
Dang Bidenomics.
How to go with the
Wow.
I would
that
also
would've been way
still
better.
keep the Christmas special,
No, you wouldn't.
because that is a trip.
You troll.
Well, the Christmas special has the first appearance of Boba Fett. Remember the animated
Yep.
movie, like
Yep.
the most loyal Wookiee or whatever. That's actually a pretty good cartoon. It's probably been like 5 minutes, but it's
I would also change in Return of the Jedi that Boba Fett is dead. He gets devoured by the Sarlacc, and I would
Emphatically dead.
go into the Sarlacc's belly and show him just like
On
dead.
camera death, you're saying. On
Yeah.
camera death.
Yeah.
literally have him say, "I'm dead."
like oh no, I'm
Whoa.
dying. Oh no, I'm dead.
No,
Yeah.
I am slain, like Polonius and Hamlet.
I was gonna say, like
Uh,
poetry, it rhymes. You should cut his head off, and the head rolls into the Sarlacc pit. But
Yes, exactly.
we're erasing the prequel trilogy, so there's nothing to rhyme to.
So
Yeah.
So I think you make Jango Fett
Oh.
be eaten by a Sarlacc pit.
and if I do the prequels, I make Jar Jar Binks less crappy, and he is actually a Sith Lord by the end of the 3rd prequel.
Jar Jar Sith. Sorry, I
And
can't make
he's
that word.
really working with Palpatine and been manipulating everything in Naboo. So yeah, Jar Jar Binks,
Darth
Sith
Jar
Lord,
Jar.
working.
well,
working with Palpatine.
Misa
Well, do you
kill you
think-
now.
well, do you think
Yeah.
do you think Heir to the Empire is going to have a young Luke, Leia, and Han? They're going to bring back Alden Elderick.
I fucking hope not. Like, I'm
But
so
Heir to the
frustrated 'cause
Empire did the book. They actually did.
I love the books, but like I want to find a way where we don't have to have Luke, Leia, and Han.
But it's what we wanted, though.
Yeah.
For the sequel trilogy, and Heir to the Empire, I think, is like trying to rectify that in some sense, and like people already.
Well, I mean, they've already said the expanded universe is like non-canonical. It's Legends now or something.
Yeah, but they've already brought
So-
back Thrawn. It's only a matter of time if they bring back the stuff that fans actually want to see.
Maybe we bring back Rey. That's how we bring back Rey.
I hope
She
not.
is
They
back.
bring her back. They bring her back and they throw her in the Sarlacc pit.
She said
And she's
she'd
like,
never
"I'm
come
slain."
back. She promised. Her and John Boyega laughed and they promised they'd never come back. And now she's back, Matt. What do I now she's back. She promised. She's a liar.
Yeah. Well.
I guess acting.
She's-
I guess getting another acting gig's kind of hard.
Yeah. Is the SAG thing still going on?
5 minutes.
Yep.
That
5
stinks.
months.
I have heard though that there has been positive movement on it, and that pretty soon it might come to an end.
Well, the VFX
So-
artists just started a union, right? So it's like seems like
You
it's
better
just-
get it out now.
they get rid of one union. They settle with one union, another pops up. It's like the Hydra, So
or
yeah.
a Disney Plus show.
pretty much, yeah. How many? What character is going to get a spin-off in Ahsoka? Do you think?
God, dude, I wish it was Balin, but obviously not. All right,
I don't think he's going to survive the season.
God,
Well,
dude, he's like my favorite.
Ray
new
Stevenson-
character.
And he's
Ray,
I'm starting
Ray
to get into him
Stevenson
on this
died
last
right after filming this.
I know that's so
so
sad. It's like
They're gonna get young Balin Skull, like they had young Han Solo.
you know, dude. They're gonna make an Echo show. They're gonna make an OnlyFans Kenobi show. I'll tell you that right now.
Well, it was sort of. I mean, they're doing the same thing they did in Obi-Wan Kenobi, where the evil Sith girl turns out to be not evil because she said, like, you gave them your word.
But she has
And I was
bangs.
like, bitch.
She's
I was
evil.
like, bitch, you just tried to strangle her in the last episode, and you freaking stabbed her in the first episode. Like,
We're gonna get-
why the sudden 180?
Are you talking about Reba or whatever her
Yeah.
name was?
Yeah, Riva. Yeah,
Reva.
Yeah, like the
We're-
white-haired girl is the exact same character, pretty much.
we're
Exact
literally
same
gonna get
story.
an Agatha, the witch show, which has thankfully been delayed by a year.
Oh, they
but,
changed,
like-
what's it called now? They changed the name 3 times. That's not
Yeah,
good.
it's something weird.
How
so-
Agatha got her groove back. I don't know. I think it's the title.
Agatha Boogaloo.
Agatha 2. Yeah, Electric Boogaloo. Magic Boogaloo. I don't know. Hopefully that never happened. That's so stupid. Why couldn't they
I love
just
the actress though. What's her name? She's fantastic.
Catherine Hahn.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Loki season 2 is coming out, I think, next
Yay,
month.
I'm so excited.
And
So
then,
excited. I think it's next week.
Well, Gen V's coming out.
Oh, it's called Agatha Darkhold Diaries. Now.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, not the House of Hardness or whatever, just Agatha Darkhold Diaries. They changed the name again.
Cool. And then I think Gen V is coming out either this week or next week.
Man, sounds like a great reason to subscribe to the podcast so you can catch all these shit reviews.
Has there been like any reviews about Gen V yet? Like any preemptive reviews?
No, nothing yet.
That's not a good sign. Well, I don't know. I mean,
No.
it could be.
Amazon has one good thing going for them. That's 2-day shipping. But a second thing going for them is the boys. So I don't think they need to spend too much on marketing.
Yeah,
for
I'm
that.
looking forward.
I started watching. Well, that's not coming out until next year. Gen V's coming out next week. But I started watching.
Hold this out for the boys.
Has anyone seen this other Amazon show called Bosch?
Nope.
It has the guy. You know the guy who was the Man in Black and Lost.
Yes.
It's basically he's the star of the show and he's a detective in LA. And
Is it good?
yeah, it's like above average, but it's like not amazing. But it's like good enough to where I want to keep watching. But it's like after seeing so many shitty Star Wars
holding your
and
interest.
Marvel shows,
Yeah.
it's like this is like actual decent storytelling. Like people who actually know how to make an entertaining show. I mean, that really just shows you just like how like not amazing it is because it's like so much better than anything Marvel or Star Wars related.
I'll tell you what, Marvel and Star Wars have done such a terrible job that I'm watching season 2 of Wheel of Time and I'm thoroughly enjoying it.
I get it.
I'm aware of how bad the season is, allegedly online. Whatever, haters gonna hate, but dude, I guess my threshold has become so tainted and so low that I am just really enjoying season 2 of Wheel of Time so far.
I might watch it just to watch it because you guys always make me watch this shit.
Yeah. Watch it for the
Yeah.
stark contrast. Heads up, the first 15 minutes are as slow and as terrible as season 1, so you're gonna hate it. And then afterwards, it really just gives a nice little kick in the butt, and you start picking up the pace, and you're like, "All right, giddy up, let's do this."
Well,
Rand.
only 2 more episodes of Ashipka left.
A Sloka. We set it on a Sloka now because
Okay.
episode 4 really turned it around for me.
So it's gonna end episode 8
Terrible.
with Thrawn making it to the galaxy, and it's gonna get a like womp loud bass
And then it
drop,
cuts off.
womp
Thrawn
loud
collects-
bass drop,
Thrawn
womp loud bass drop, and then that's
Yeah.
it.
Thrawn collects all the Dragon Balls and the Infinity Gauntlet and all the Infinity Stones, and he just snaps it and resets the entire Star Wars universe. So hopefully,
You would risk the fate of your galaxy.
Yeah, if Star Wars had real balls, because Thrawn said to destroy any Purgle entering the system without discretion. Also, badass phrase. Kill him without discretion.
no, without prejudice.
Oh, without prejudice. That's it.
Terminate with extreme
Yeah,
prejudice.
that's it. And then, dude, what if? I mean, it would be what if they killed Hera? They won't, but that'd be a really ballsy move. Like that'd be that would
Well, they've
make
already-
me like stand up. in
They've
my
already
chair.
fake killed Sabine twice, right?
Yeah.
They fake killed Chewie like 2 times in 2 minutes, so they're not above anything.
As another side note, do we see Elsbeth killed? And the reason why I say that
Yes.
is because one of the things that has super bugged me about this is that if you're Clone Wars and Rebels, you know that Palpatine wiped out the Dathomiri witches. And so why she's working with the Empire to support the Empire when the Empire wiped out her whole race
Yeah.
is beyond me, and I have yet to see how they're going to link it together.
Well, didn't
So
Thrawn
maybe
didn't Thrawn hate Palpatine too? Because Palpatine was like,
Thrawn
Yeah.
worked for Palpatine.
so
But
I was
Thrawn
like,
was
enemy,
a
my enemy is
shit.
my
Well, so-
friend, right?
the other issue too is that the Empire was super xenophobic and they hated aliens.
Yeah.
And so Thrawn is the only alien, non-human, to ever get this high of a rank, because he was just that badass. So maybe we're saying Elspeth was that badass, so Palpatine's like, let's use her. But Palpatine feared the Dathomiri, so I don't know. It's all over the place.
It is, but we have to scramble to somehow Palpatine returning by
Yeah.
episode 9. So
Somehow Palpatine has returned.
somehow Palpatine's returned. So you have to stretch, and you have to do a lot of heavy lifting in the Disney Plus series to get there.
All right.
Well,
So-
it was. Yeah, go
Our goal for this week,
ahead.
Major,
Yes.
is to design and copyright a shirt that says "Jumped the Cocaine Shark."
Jump the cocaine
and
shark.
it's a shark in a tornado of cocaine.
So
And
No,
he's
I'm-
wearing, and he's dressed like
Throw
Tony
it,
Montana.
Sean.
He's
All-
dressed-
all
he's dressed
these-
like
all
Tony
these-
Montana.
other podcasts have swag. All these shows I watch on YouTube have great swag. That's got to be our swag.
What if I just took like the image of the Fonz jumping the shark, and then I just replaced him on a jet ski with a shark, so it's a shark jumping a shark. And
Sharkception.
that shark's doing cocaine. That shark just has a
Well-
lot of white powder on his nose or his.
I think this would be a
blowhole, wherever they use.
Great opportunity for, and I never say this because usually it's Major, for people to tweet or X or email at us. I forget what
Whatever
those
we're
are.
calling it now.
Ziza podcast.
So, and let us know what you would like to see on a shirt about a cocaine shark.
We're gonna need a bigger ball of cocaine.
We're gonna need a bigger boat to haul all this cocaine, said the mayor of Tampa. Oh, yeah, full
Okay.
circle. Thanks, guys,
That's
for joining
great.
us today.
That's
what
our
do you guys think about
show.
this episode? We
Yeah.
really appreciate you listening to us. We really appreciated Dave Filoni making his quote unquote air quote best attempt at a Star Wars show. Thanks, Dave.
Yeah, so only more to come. Not the best, not the worst, just more.
Just
Always more. I'm Forrest.
I'm Major in Cambria.
And I'm Robbie.
Matt.
Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.
Darth Matt.